Just a few weeks ago, we announced Set 18 would be heading to PBE on July.
Hey, yeah, wait a second. I'm also wait a second. Live is August 20. Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. The the Twitter post for the same video says PVE July 28th.
Wait, what?
The official post for it has a different date.
What?
Maybe they fucked it up in the video.
How is no one commenting on this?
Also, live is August 26th.
And they say 25th in the video. Bruh.
Oh, someone got the Tuesdays and Wednesdays wrong. That's probably what happened. Because PVE's Tuesday, but live releases are Wednesdays. Also, I was under the impression live was the 12th. I didn't realize when they delayed PBE by a month, they were still going to have a month-long PBE.
Yeah. I also didn't know that.
I thought it was cutting down the PBE back to 2 weeks.
Yeah. To be honest, I think that's what they should have done.
They should have done that because that's it's 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks to qualify. Ah! I thought I had more time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think that's what everyone thought.
Literally, how are you supposed to qualify if you have a job?
I don't know, man.
Well, I guess either I don't have a job and I qualify for Vegas, or I do have a job and I don't qualify for Vegas.
Well, okay, think about it this way. If we both have a job and we don't qualify for Vegas, then we just go to Vegas, we have fun, and we use the money that we have from our job to
yes,
have some extra fun. And not
yeah, I mean, that sounds fun too. But watch us not qualify, and then we also like aren't able to get tickets.
No. That's impossible.
They put out Worlds tickets earlier this week, I think.
Oh, the one in New York?
Yeah, apparently that was like apparently there's some crazy shit going on. Like that, like they should like sold out instantly and like nobody could get tickets.
Oh shit. Is it like scalper kind of sellout or like
I think so.
Sellout?
I think it's all getting scalped.
Wow. They need to do the stuff that they did for FIFA, like absolutely no reselling unless you do it through our platform. And you can only resell for the price that you paid for the ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So what the hell? How is anybody supposed to qualify in 4 weeks aside from the professionals? Bro, wait, it's not 4 weeks, it's 3 weeks and 2 days, dude.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
It's cooked.
Well, I suppose if you get really good on PBE, you can qualify with less by spending less time. But you have to be so much better. In order for that to work, you have to be so much better Like you have to be like Wage and Iverson playing against these scrubs. Because even Wage takes his losses, so
Yeah.
okay. Well, I guess we can only do. We can only try our best, right? So
Yeah.
and hope for the best.
Yeah. Last year they had 32 days to make Snapshot.
And this time there's 25.
25 days.
3 weeks and
yeah, it's 25 days. So it's a whole week less. Bruh.
Jesus Christ.
And that's after they moved it. Did you see that? Oh, this is what I posted the other day, that they moved the date.
Yep.
I mean, it would have been literally 2 weeks and 4 days to make Snapshot. Now it's just an extra week. It's not even
Cut down on PBE time. Cut down on PBE time.
yeah, I don't why don't they just make it go live 2 weeks earlier? Damn.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The fact that it was delayed actually, wow, that kind of screwed everything.
Yep. At least for more casual players. I guess the pros don't really mind that much.
Hug. No, I mean, yeah, the pros don't mind, but okay, well, time to lock in. What do the kids say? Generational lock in. That's what we gotta do. We have to do a generational lock in.
Generational lock in.
Wait,
Right.
also, we're gonna have 4 weeks of PvE and then only 3 weeks of actual ranked. That's crazy, man. I guess it's a lot of practice time, but even then, things are gonna be changing so much.
Yeah. Like, oh man, how could they do this
Oh
to us?
man. Well, maybe if we look at the statistics, nobody's playing, so maybe it'll be actually just easier to qualify. There'll be less competition to qualify.
No, I don't think so, because everyone's taking a break from this set, but they're gonna come back for,
They're
because people
back.
have been sitting on their hands, like not playing TFT for a bit. They're like itching to play.
I mean, that's kind of how I used to do it. I would kind of just like skip every other set. So, makes sense to me. Wait, but so are you actually gonna run it? Are you back?
I don't know. I think I'll try.
I mean, I guess you got
But-
until the end of August to figure it out still.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I do also want to try to see if I can get like replays or something going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for new
So,
client.
well,
that's a good
I want to
point.
see what the new client looks like. And
Right.
like how much I can research about the new client.
We have to. You telling me we got to climb the ladder without overlays? What the hell?
Yeah, that's right. But maybe that's easier because other people also won't have it. don't know.
That could be true. I mean, set 15, I didn't overlay anything. In last set, I did try the TFT Academy overlay, but frankly, there's only a few things I used it for. I didn't use like comps and client.
Team Planner seemed legitimately good.
Oh yes, I do like the team planner. I like that I could add more units to it. That's actually really
Yeah.
helpful.
And then you could keep them around if you wanted them 3-star
Yeah.
instead of
Yes. I did like that.
yeah.
That was the one thing I
That's
used
like
a lot.
legitimately good.
Yeah.
In fact,
Um,
it's so good that they should just put that in in their client. Like
yeah,
basically
why is the
everything you
client
do.
restricted to 10? I don't know.
Yeah. The fact that someone can make an overlay like that much better is just not good.
Yeah, no, that's pretty silly. I did also like the other thing I liked was the like augment tier list overlay. That was helpful sometimes.
If you're like choosing between two like of the same type or something.
Yeah.
Two in common, which one do I choose?
Well, because it will put like a little unit below it that shows what comp it works well with too. And it's like, okay, if I'm playing a similar comp, then this is probably good.
Yeah, I could see that. See that?
Yeah. Well, I think it was, that's one of those things where it's like, it's really helpful for learning. And then it kind of, as the set progressed, it kind of became like, I was just slamming augments at the end. I'm like, all right, I already know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Where can I find information about the set? Meta TFT.
Can do tactics, tools, or meta. They both have. They both. It's metatft.com/new-set or tactics.tools/info/set-update.
Got it. Oh, look. See, Meta TFT says live or PvE Tuesday, July 28th, before going live on August 12th. Unconfirmed.
Nah, but that's unconfirmed.
Fuck. Why didn't they do August 12th, bro? Why do they need an extra month after delaying? Bruh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go to the Riot Mercer Island office.
Take a shit on their doorstep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a strong word with them.
I mean, even Tactics Tools says it will launch on live servers Wednesday, August 12th with patch 18.1.
I should actually just go like tape something on their door that says like, please set 18 live August 12th. Please.
Do it.
And I mean, yeah, I'll tape it out that says, please do this day. How the hell am I supposed to qualify? I have to work.
Okay, I was kind of watching Wei-Jin's rundown of all the champions, except I didn't make it very far. I think I got to like the 2 cost. I think I got to Teemo and then
Okay. Yeah, I like listened to it while I was like walking last week, and I don't remember most of it already.
Excellent.
My question is, how is the wisp? Are the wisps actually different from charms in any way? Or
I don't think so.
Why are there like 5 little dudes though? Does that just mean the type of charm I'm buying is represented by one of these dudes?
I think so. But do they upgrade or something?
Stronger wisps appear as the game progresses. And after stage 5, every other wisp you see will be a combat wisp. Yeah. Oh.
There's so many of them.
Wisps now disappear after the planning phase, revealing the unit behind them, so you can still buy it during combat. Oh, that's nice.
That is kind of nice. Wait, but then that begs the question: why have an extra slot?
Why didn't they just add? I don't know, dude. I don't know. See, that's actually a good design question. I literally don't know how that, like, putting it to replace a unit in the shop, like, impacts the rest of the game.
Seems like it would. I mean, reading through some of them, they seem pretty strong. Increase all enemies' max mana by 15 until their next cast.
Ooh.
Let's see some of the expensive ones. Gain one of each 5-cost champion. Holy.
Whoa.
How many 5-cost champions are there?
But see, that must... Does it say, like, when that can appear?
No, but it's 45 gold worth, so...
Oh, shit. 45 gold.
50.
God damn. Oh, I guess you get your money's worth.
Yeah, you get 50. You should get 50. 50 gold worth of champions. So
yeah, okay. Actually, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Let me look at some of these wisps. Right. I haven't looked at the wisps at all.
wait, there are unlocks, right? This set?
No. I thought I could have sworn they said the next set. That's why we're introducing them in the next set again. But I think I must have just misheard or something. And what they actually meant was the following set 19. The set 19 will have unlocks. But it seems, from what I understand, it seems like set 19 forward, like, they will just have unlocks now.
I wonder how that will work with some of the other mechanics. Like, unlocks worked well when they were their own mechanic, but
yeah,
you know, how much more complex is it going to get?
Right.
With like charms and unlocks and
yeah,
whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that they'll only do like a handful of unlocks, right? Like, it's not going to be like 100 champions a set. Maybe they do like half the amount or something.
Yeah. All right, should we just start like a watch together and just watch Wei-Jun's thing again? Start an activity.
Sure. Yeah.
YouTube watch
Why
together. Search or paste URL. Did he do the augments?
Yeah, I think oh, wait. Maybe he didn't do the augments. I don't know. I watched this one and the traits video. Whoa. Zin?
Of American shipbuilding is here.
Yo, Zin and submarines?
So this is kind of my first time seeing these champions as well, but I'm going to be going over every single new champion in set 18. I'll be talking about what kind of items I think are going to be good on them. Do I think that they're going to be, you know, kind of like more like playable carry, like playable reroll? What kind of comps they fit in? Just kind of that kind of stuff, going over my first impression of all of these champions. And if you guys do like this kind of video, I was thinking maybe we could also do the same with some of the new augments and also with all of the new wisps.
If I pause the video, does it pause the video for you?
That kind of thing. So yeah,
try pausing it.
This kind of thing. Unfortunately, we don't get to try set for a couple of weeks.
I can't pause it. Never mind.
Look at some of the units, do some theory crafting, have some fun with it.
Can I like share controls. Wait, hold on. I paused the video. Did it pause for you?
Yeah, when you pause it, Oh, that's okay. I don't need to pause it. I'll just scream pause if I need it to pause.
Okay.
Zakali, she's like a one-cost kind of assassin from what I can gather. What's interesting is that she's an adapter, and this adapter trait is pretty interesting. It's very similar to Ribbon from last set. If you have more AP, then they will have a different spell. And if you have more AD, then they will have a different spell. Or like a similar spell, but maybe there's like one different effect, and I assume it does magic damage with AP and physical damage with AD. She does definitely seem playable as a reroll. She's an Inferno, and that pairs with Varus, who's another one cost. So rerolling like Akali, Varus, and maybe Shen, I could definitely see it as a playable reroll. I won't be going over the traits too much because, yeah, maybe we can do that in like another video. But yeah, I'll just talk about the units. She definitely seems like an IE Hodge,
adapter
type of,
Ravager.
Unit, very, very similar to Akali from this most recent set. Next we have Camille. Her ability is defensive sweep, slice the target for physical damage, and gain shield for X seconds. One thing about Camille is she has a Coven, which is the Lost Streak trait in this set. And
Coven is Lost
usually
Streak.
these kinds
Shit.
of units in the Lost Streak trait, you want to pivot out of them later on. So I don't really think that she will be super playable as a reroll. Maybe like worth the wait, build the bud. She could be like a really good tempo with the BT Titan Sterax. But I'm not really anticipating her to be like a really good reroll unless you somehow like reroll her along with Akali because they're both Ravagers. Next we have Stenderling. He is part of the Rift Beast trait, which has all of the jungle monsters from League of Legends. So his ability is Razor Leaves. Summon 5 Razor Sharp Leaves that converge on the current target, dealing a total of X physical damage and applying wound and burn. And his buff is Scarlet buff. So the Rift Beast trait, you can give a buff to one of your units, and you get like a selector, kind of like a Nova selector, and you can choose which unit you want to buff. So if you choose to buff the Cinderling, then his Scarlet buff will give him attack damage each cast. And yeah, one thing that's interesting is that in the last set there wasn't really a lot of units that had built-in like Burn and Shred and Sunder. There wasn't really any punish for building those items early on, but it seems like in this set there is a lot more units that wound and burn and also like Shred and Sunder. So you have to be a lot more thoughtful about building those items because it could be kind of dead later on if you end up playing a unit that...
There's so many Rift Beasts. Sorry, I was just looking at all of them.
Let me see how many are there.
There's 10 of them.
What the fuck?
There's a lot.
That is a lot of Rift Beasts. What? 1, 2, 3. What? Is this like the vertical chase trait then? Like you just close your eyes and just say, "I'm playing Rift Beast."
Yeah, maybe. They're like 7 stack ability. Seems kind of like well, actually it's like Elderwood, but also kind of like Star Guardian where they start just getting a bunch of every stat.
Yeah. But their 10 is plus X maximum team size?
Oh, wait.
That doesn't sound right.
I didn't even see that one. Plus, is it just plus maximum team? Is it like a +1? What is it?
I don't know. Plus something?
Oh, maybe it's because Elder Dragon takes up 2 slots. Maybe that's why.
Elder Dragon takes up 2 teams slots and grants +2 to the Rift Beast trait.
Oh, yeah, he gives +2. Yeah.
So you could have like 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah, kind of looks
10.
like it. So
And
he
you
just
drop
like
one of the shitters.
Yeah, is that even good? Is that actually that good? Like if you're at level 10, are you really just playing a trait that's just giving you +1 unit?
I mean, I don't know if it's just one though.
That's true. I guess it could be something crazy.
Could be another 10 plus 10
Whoa.
maximum team size.
Okay. Everybody playing that.
Unless these units are really weak, I struggle to see how. I mean, I guess if it's only one, then maybe it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, also, like, if this is your entire board, then you only have 3 4+ cost units. Most of them are kind of baby.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
That's interesting.
It gives it to your board. Next we have Karma. She's a 1-cost. She's a Spellweaver, which is kind of like the Arcanist trait of the set. She's also a Blossom, which is a trait that kind of like buffs your Wisps. And she's a pretty typical AP 1-cost. Her spell is to tether to the current target, dealing magic damage over X seconds, then release a burst of power around them, dealing magic damage to all enemies in a hex radius and percent slowing them for seconds. So she's going to slow, but she's only really going to slow like the frontline tanks, which is not going to be like particularly useful. Maybe there could be some sort of Blossom reroll, and maybe you could also reroll her with Vigar, who's a scaling 1-cost that we'll get to later, and like a Spellweaver reroll. But I do think that she'll just be like an early AP item holder, and probably not like a premier reroll, if I had to guess. Of course, that's always just going to depend on the balance of the unit sometimes, but just if I had to guess. Next we have Kobuko. This is very similar to the Mentor Kobuko from a couple sets ago.
Kobuko.
Except that he obviously doesn't have like the upgraded Mentor version. But he
heavyweight
like
Kobuko,
health, and then his next attack is going to be a bash that does some extra damage. So he's just like a 1-cost tank. We have Leona. She's a little bit different than the Leona from this set. The Leona from this set scaled pretty hard off of armor and magic resist. The Leona of this set was also a Vanguard, whereas this Leona is a defender. And her passive is to start combat with bonus armor and magic resist that decays over time. So one thing that's interesting about this Leona is that in the early game, you probably want to solo frontline her to take advantage of the bonus armor and magic resist. If she's the first one getting hit, then you're going to get more value out of that. And later on, you probably want to put her on the outer edge to once again take advantage of that bonus armor and magic resist. In terms of her itemization, Stoneplate could be decent if you're solo frontlining her, but I would imagine stuff like Crown Guard is probably pretty good because this time her bash actually scales off magic damage instead of armor and magic resist. And then I'm sure stuff like Warmogs and Spirit Visage has to be like completely fine when she has like a lot of built-in armor into her kit.
What excites me about being a product manager now is that I can move.
Wait, do you get ads too, or do I just get ads?
Claude to test my.
Oh, I do not have an ad.
Oh, I'm getting ads. I'm getting an ad for Claude. Oh, I skipped it.
Scream at me when you get an ad.
I skipped it.
Pause.
Okay, yeah.
We're on Ornn.
We're good.
He scales damage blocked as Forge Power, and you can gain an artifact anvil the first time the Forge Power reaches X amount of Forge Power, which is also doubled at 3-star. So that is really going to incentivize you to 3-star Ornn. Also, stuff like Build-A-Bot and Worth the Wait into Ornn is going to be very strong because you're going to be able to get that artifact anvil kind of for free almost. So I doubt he'll be a very strong tank, but the fact that you can reroll him with kind of other units and then farm that artifact anvil is probably going to be very strong. And depending on what this number is, maybe even like a 2-star Ornn with like a Stoneplate on 2-1 could farm you like the artifact by like stage 4. So yeah, we don't really know how fast you're going to farm this artifact.
An artifact,
that seems like a very, very strong.
No, isn't that crazy?
Next we have Pebbles. He's also a Rift Beast. He's an AP Rift Beast who is also an Invoker. And his spell is Azure Laser. Begin consuming max mana per second and channeling a laser on the target. Each second while casting, deal magic damage. And yeah, I should just zoom in a little bit. I'm not sure why I didn't do that before. Deal magic damage to them and reduce their magic resists. And his buff is Teal Buff, which is to gain mana regen for every seconds channeled. So there are some other 1-cost Rift Beasts that you could reroll with, namely Cinder.
Pebbles is kind of cute.
The one thing about re-rolling Rift Beasts is that I think you only get...
He's just a little rock.
You only get one buff for one Rift Beast, which is going to mean that you kind of have to choose carefully which Rift Beast that you want to buff up. And it doesn't really seem like ending in 7
He's
Rift
got
Beasts,
the
I can definitely see, but 5 Rift Beasts is kind of like an econ trait, so maybe you can just reroll like one of them. That would be
T-Hex
more of like an invoker setup.
ability
Oh,
though.
ability.
But yeah, definitely 5 Rift Beast is kind
Yo,
of like an
Pebble's
econ trait
doing
that you
T-Hex lazy.
won't really want to end in 3 or 7 from what I can tell. Next we have Rakan. He is a 1-cost fairy, or Fae it's called. His spell is, he's just a generic tank, gain shield for seconds, then grant the ally who dealt the most damage this combat decaying attack speed for seconds. So he is kind of a support unit. Usually these units that have pretty strong effects that can buff your carry are not really good as main tanks, but they do feel pretty good to leave on your board later on. Like normally you really want to drop out of as many 1-costs as possible in the late game, but a 1-cost that has like a spell like this where it actually buffs your main carry and it has like some supporting value to your team, feels much better to leave on your board. So I could definitely see Rakan, like even a 2-star Rakan with no items, not feeling bad to play in the late game. Probably in vertical Juggernaut and Vanguard setups, he could be like pretty good. And he's also a bridge between Juggernaut and Vanguard, so you can play like the high-cost Vanguards and the high-cost Juggernauts together, and then have like a Rakan that is just like buffing your carry and also just like giving some really good synergies. Like he has 3 synergies.
Khan
So
sounds
expecting this unit
busted.
to be played a lot for sure. Next we have Rek'Sai, quite similar to the Rek'Sai of
Yeah,
this set.
Juggernaut
He
Vanguard.
has like a knock-up. It's like
Crazy.
100 mana, which might actually be the exact same amount of mana that the Rek'Sai from this set has. The only thing that's a little bit different is that he has a passive where he restores health every second, and then that health restore becomes even more after casting. So you can definitely imagine like a Rek'Sai 2 with Stoneplate being very unkillable in the early game, assuming that your opponent like doesn't have anti-heal or something, because maybe he's just restoring like too much health that you can't like get through him. Next we have Varus. I talked a little bit about him with Akali. I can definitely imagine Varus plus Akali reroll being kind of a thing. He's a rapid fire, so in the past, rapid fires have really liked Rageblade with 2 rapid fire, but if you end up playing 4 rapid fire for whatever reason, they don't really like Rageblade anymore. But I do think he is that kind of like Rageblade Kraken guy based on his spell. He winds up, fires an arrow with the most enemies that deals physical damage. Maybe he could be like a Shojin guy as well, actually. Maybe this is more of a Shojin IE guy, actually, now that I'm reading it, because the attack speed from rapid fire can synergize with the Shojin, and then, yeah, he's probably actually more doing damage from his spell than from his auto attacks. So, yeah, it's actually probably more of a Shojin Infinity Edge guy. Next we have Vigar. He is a scaling 1-cost Spellweaver, where on kills he gets permanent % bonus ability power. So you can definitely imagine him as like a strong reroll, and yeah, an early 3-star Vigar, you can definitely imagine him getting to some pretty crazy amounts of ability power. I can definitely imagine him being a rerollable carry. Next we have Xayah. She's kind of going to pair with Rakan. They are both triple traded, which is pretty cool. So you can imagine them going like on a lot of boards. You can also imagine them being kind of rerollable together, like Xayah as the backliner, Rakan as the frontliner, and then you can branch out into some like Bronze for Life boards using the fact that they're both triple traded.
There's a lot of triple trade 1-cost
Her
units.
spell is Deadly Plumage, which gained attack speed, so she's like a Rageblade Kraken guy. These attacks are replaced with feathers that deal physical damage and reduce armor. So even an itemless Xayah 2 can have some amount of utility for your team because she's going to reduce the armor for your like higher cost like rapid fire carry or whatever to do extra damage. Next we have Yorick. He's like a 1-cost tank.
I mean, Varus reroll sounds kind of strong.
Health. Active restore, then restore health, then strike the target, dealing physical damage. So yeah, he's kind of interesting because he's gonna like almost have like 2 lives a little bit. It's kind of like some of those Wukongs that have like a stone copy on death, I'm assuming. Getting into the 2-cost, Alistar is a 2-cost CC tank. Usually these like low-cost CC tanks are not very good to reroll because a lot of their spell power is in the CC, which doesn't scale very hard with star levels. Compared to like 2-cost tanks that this spell just makes them tankier, then those ones are like better to reroll. But he has a 2-cost CC tank, and he's a brawler. We have Caitlyn. She's also part of Coven. As I said earlier, usually these like Coven units or units of the Lost Streak trait, they have 1 less trait, so they're less common to reroll. And she's also a hunter. And in the past, like these kinds of like hunter sniper verticals are not very good. Usually you just tend to play 2 of them. So I'm kind of imagining her much more as like a mid-game item holder, but not really as like a rerollable carry. Based off of her thing, she's kind of similar to Caitlyn from this set. She's like a Rageblade DB or like a Rageblade Kraken kind of carry. After we have Elise. So there is 2 2-cost Covens, which is going to make Coven easier to hit in the early game. Compared to this set, there was 1/1 cost, 1/2 cost, 2/3 cost anima units. This set, there is 1/1 cost, 2/2 cost, and 1/3 cost Coven unit. So it's going to be easier for people to get Coven, and they will have to balance the trait around that a little bit. Spider Queen, transform into a spider and gain max health, attacks while in spider form, deal bonus magic damage and heal. So she is going to be a tank that does a little bit of damage, but definitely mostly a tank. But it seems like she has some ability to go like infinite with the attack speed. Maybe like BT Titans could also be kind of viable on her. It's really just going to depend on like her role and yeah, kind of like what the values are. After we have Gromp, he's also an adapter. Belch a noxious bubble at the current target that explodes on the first enemy hit, dealing magic damage. Enemies within a 1 hex radius of the explosion take magic damage. Or he can heavily slow the target. And his buff is that every few seconds he gains ability power, so kind of like a built-in Archangel effect with the Rift Beast. So yeah, he's a pretty standard like 2 cost AP item holder. Maybe rerollable. But yeah, we'll have to see with that one for sure. Next is Kale. She's very cool. I think I saw a little bit.
This is just like
so she's part of the solar trait, which is a
the
reroll
1 cost
trait.
Kale.
Kind of like supers that incentivizes you to reroll, but it has like a very different effect.
This one's star level.
But it has like it has 2/2 cost, 1/1 cost, and for each 3-star.
Oh, Wraith Kale?
And Kale also has a passive where she ascends based on her star level, granting her stacking bonuses. So her first ascension, basically at a 1-star, she's going to deal bonus magic damage. Her second ascension at a 2-star, her attacks are going to shred enemies. So she is a form of shred. If you're playing Kale reroll, you will not need to build Void Staff or Spark. And her third ascension, when she's 3-star, is that the attacks are going to fire waves, dealing magic damage to all other units hit. So that's when she's going to get like really strong as a reroll. And yeah, I would expect
this
her
is
to
exactly
not be
Wraith
very
Kale,
good as
isn't
an
it?
item holder because yeah, solar is like a reroll trait, and her.
What did Wraith Kale? Wraith Kale scaled with your
reroll
level, wasn't it?
That she
It
gets
wasn't.
stronger with star
It wasn't
levels, so
Kale's
she's
star
probably gonna be
level.
really weak as an item holder, but pretty cool as a reroll. I'm sure if you get like a bunch of solar
Wait.
3-stars and Kale,
Wait, was
go,
it?
like, kind of crazy, and that's gonna be like a very common reroll comp of this set.
Wait, I don't know.
I've been doing
I forget.
regenerative beekeeping for about 10 years. There are
Oh yeah,
parts
it
of
did
this job
scale
that
with
are
player
instant,
level.
but
Yeah.
there's also
On your board, increase per takedown. So this is a pretty cool effect. It's kind of like Primordian or what are some other things that were like a little bit similar to this? Yeah, like Bard as well, kind of like Bard. We'll definitely just have to see.
Oh wait,
how
what?
it's
Yeah.
printing high cost units, how frequently.
LeBlanc just
I would
prints.
assume it's definitely balanced around, probably incentivizing reroll a little bit. In the past, printing 1 and 2 cost units has been a lot easier than printing 4 and 5 cost units for pretty obvious reasons. But because
Interesting.
of her passive, she could have some very cool reroll kind of outs where she helps you print like your 1 and 2 cost 3-stars.
That could be pretty cool.
Next we have Merkwolf. I think he's like a BT Titans guy. His spell is to leap to the lowest health enemy within blank hexes and deal physical damage. The next attack deals bonus physical damage. So yeah, he does look like a kind of like a BT Titans Edge of Night fighter. And he has his buff is to gain precision and critical strike chance, increased up to based on missing health. So there could also be some cool stuff where when you with the gray buff on your Merkwolf, you like solo frontline him with an Edge of Night, so he intentionally takes some damage and then gets like a bunch of critical strike chance. But really just going to depend on like the value of that number. Next we have Scuttlecraft. He's one of the tanks of the Rift Beast trait. His attacks are replaced with a dance that deals physical damage to all adjacent enemies, and his active is to burrow underground, gaining durability. So he is just kind of like a typical 2-cost tank juggernaut. Doesn't really have any like CC utility, but probably pretty tanky on 3-stars. Next we have Sejuani. She's not really anything special either. Just another 2-cost tank. Gain a shield, then cleave in a cone. She is solar, so you're probably going to be re-rolling her with Kale. We have Shen. He has kind of like a cool supporting spell, which grants a shield to Shen and a nearby damaged ally. Both of their next attacks gain attack speed and deal bonus magic damage. So you can imagine that
both of them,
if you're playing around any fighters, for example, a Kali, then Shen is going to be really nice to fit in as well because he's going to do a really good job keeping her alive and also making her do more damage.
Wow.
A new era of
Isn't this just another Varus reroll guy?
After a car accident, life can feel drained. Medical bills are piling up, leaving you to wonder how you'll survive.
Cool passive where each cast has a chance to forge an extra mushroom that can be collected for bonus effects. So if you're lost streaking, you're going to want to put a Teemo on your board very often. Even if you're win streaking, you can probably definitely try to fit a Teemo on your board. And you can farm some rerolls, you can farm some tactician health, you can farm some XP. I would assume the rate of farming is not that crazy, especially since he's an invoker. So he's going to be casting a lot of the time. But yeah, it's a 2-cost that farms rerolls, XP, and tactician health. So he's probably going to be really high priority before stage 4 to put on your board. Next is Warwick. I think he's also like a BT Titan Sterix kind of guy. Bite the current target, dealing physical damage and healing. Gain attack speed for the rest of combat. So yeah, he's definitely a BT Titans user. BT Titans users usually do really well with some built-in like attack speed because you stack that Titans a little bit faster and you can definitely like go infinite at the end of the fight. Yunara is a 2-cost 80 carry. Dash then launch an orb at the current target that deals physical damage and splits, dealing physical damage to nearby enemies. And she's an executioner, so you don't really have to build Infinity Edge on her. She's going to be more of like a Deathblade kind of unit.
The heck?
We have a
She
Zir.
dashes?
I think he's like a 3-cost Deathblade AP carry from what I can tell. He's also an executioner.
Oh, like
so
in the
maybe,
actual
like,
game? I don't know.
death cap.
Yeah.
And his spell is Arise, gain attack speed, and summon soldiers for the next few attacks. These attacks are replaced by commands which direct each soldier to deal magic damage per attack, so very similar to Azir's in the past. This Cassiopeia is really similar to the to Malzahar, the Double Trouble Malzahar, if you guys remember what I'm talking about. She has a very low, she has a 30 mana spell. I think Malzahar's was 30.
I see.
And she poisons the
yeah,
target, and then
stacking poison.
enemy dealing magic damage.
Yeah.
So she's going to be like a blue buff Gunblade kind of guy. Definitely Gunblade on Cassiopeia. And with some tanky frontliners, and you try to make the fight go really long and eventually just kill the backliner with the poisons.
Yep.
Goodwill is more than just our stores and what we sell in them. We're able to have a
says to gain a shield, but maybe she could also be a BT Titans because she's also a Ravager. She could also be kind of like a hybrid, almost like Darius from a couple sets ago, like some sort of like Titans Stoneplate tank. I could see that as well. It will be pretty interesting to see what the best Diana itemization is. Up next
this
is
Fiddlesticks
Fiddlesticks. He is one of the
creepy.
tanks of the Spellweaver trait. So yeah, these kind of like Spellweaver Arcanist traits, they always tend to fit in a couple tanks in there. And he is one of the tanks. He's a defender. He also has some nice utility because he reduces the magic resist of nearby enemies. I think this is by a flat amount, so I think you're still going to want like a Void Staff or a Spark with this. And other than that, he's going to heal and deal a little bit of magic damage over that duration. We have Hecarim, who is a 3-cost CC tank. He gains armor and magic resist and launches Spectral Riders at the nearest enemies. So there might be some cool stuff with Hecarim that you can do, like putting him on the outer edge of the board and making it so that their backliner is one of the closer enemies, and you can make sure to like stun their backliners using Hecarim. Also, just positioning your Hecarim in front of anyone's like melee carry is probably going to be like a really good idea so that you can stun them. Kha'Zix is interesting in that he has no trait. His only trait is Rival, which means that you cannot field him with Rengar together. But yeah, he's kind of like a threat other than that, and he's an AD assassin that is definitely going to be a very popular reroll. There's pretty much no reason to ever put a Kha'Zix 2-star on your board in the late game. So you're either going to have like a Kha'Zix 3 on your board, or you're just not going to play Kha'Zix. But he is really cool because you can kind of play like him on any boards because he has no traits. So it'll really be cool to see Rengar on Kha'Zix. The only thing I'm concerned about is that if one of them is significantly better than the other, then there's kind of no reason to ever play the other one unless it's contested. But I think Kha'Zix is magic damage and maybe Rengar is physical damage, so I guess that could be one reason to choose one over the other.
Dude, I'm getting Zin ads every like
I want to learn how to do
2 minutes. It's okay, they're short, but it's ridiculous. Wait, did you just pause? Dude, it pauses the ad.
What?
I can't skip it unless you let it go.
Oh my god. So you just aren't gonna be able to see what...
Yeah, I missed like 5 seconds of content, but it's fine. ridiculous. Wait, did you unpause
If
it?
I go back,
Oh.
does it replay that?
No. Still looking at the Claude ad.
Oh my. All right, maybe we don't do the watch together and I'll just stream it. Unless the quality is like so bad. Well, like we're not really watching him.
Oh,
like,
yeah, we could try
necessarily
that.
need
That's
the
fine.
details.
They really
Okay,
want me
21.
to. Why are they allowed to show me ads for Zyn? Isn't there like rules against that?
For what is that? I don't even know what that is.
Zyn is like tobacco, is it not?
I don't know.
I'm under the impression it's tobacco.
How do you ZIN or XIN? Like Zinzao or
ZYN.
ZYN?
Maybe it's just nicotine and they can show it because it's not tobacco, but can't you like not advertise nicotine products? Aren't there laws around that or something?
Can you advertise nicotine products? E-cigarettes and nicotine pouches face fewer federal broadcast restrictions.
Bruh. They really want me to try Zyn.
Wow.
They think I'm a prime target. I'm confused about this rivals thing with Kha'Zix and Rengar because it says if you have one, only active while fielding one rival. But then 2 rivals can be fielded together. Only applies to your strongest rival.
What?
I'm just confused. I don't get it.
Oh, if you play 2 of them, then you don't get the takedown collection thing, right?
Oh. Oh. What do the takedowns even do, though?
I don't know.
I guess we don't know. Okay.
Okay, let me stop this activity so you stop getting ads. Okay, let me share my screen instead.
How do I leave activity?
Share my screen.
All right. Got it.
How do I... Theater mode. Theater mode. Okay.
I guess that could be one reason to choose one over the other.
That works.
Next we have Kog'Maw. He's an invoker. I think he's also an adapter.
Yeah,
and he
I'll make
has
it slightly
built-in launch acid at 2 nearest enemies dealing physical damage. Enemies below max health take physical damage instead. Oh, so I think in the playtest they said that Kog'Maw like shreds and sunders, but they must have like removed that from his kit. Oh no, he's caustic. Yes, so he is a built-in form of shred and sunder. So if you're ever playing around Kog'Maw,
oh yeah,
probably that means like
Kog'Maw's broken.
And maybe adapter is also just not going to build any shred or sunder, and you can just play a Kog'Maw for some shred and some sunder. Next we have Krug. He is a tank, also a Rift Beast. And he's pretty cool because on death he splits into 2 Kruglets with the smaller amount of health, I would assume.
Kruglets, cute!
Fight on the neutrals. And his slate buff is going to make your entire team tankier because on death his Krug and Kruglets are going to shield your entire team for some amount of max health.
Whoa.
Master Yi is a pretty cool 3-cost carry. Seems like a BT Titans QSS Edge of Night kind of guy for sure. His passive is every 3rd attack is a double strike that hits twice. On takedown, gain a burst of movement speed. And he's an adapter, so you can play him as like an AP or an AD carry. I'm not exactly sure if adapters initially start as AD or AP, like if you have an equal amount. I guess we'll see, because Riven started as AP. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure for these adapters. But one of his possible spells, if you're AD, is that his double strikes gain stacking attack speed, so you would not need to build Rage Blade in that case. And the other one is that the double strikes deal bonus damage and heal. So in that case, maybe you would actually want like a Rage Blade on him. Next we have Remus. Remus is a 3-cost tank, kind of similar to the Remus from a few sets ago. He was like the 3-cost tank that you rolled with the Supreme Kaisa. He taunts, so he's definitely a Stoneplate unit. Definitely going to want a Stoneplate on him. And he gains a shield with armor and magic resist. So yeah, I can definitely see him as like a popular tank in 3-cost rerolls. And definitely going to be at least one Stoneplate on Remus, if not like a double Stoneplate type of unit. Raptor is a rapid fire backline carry. I think he is kind of like a Rageblade Kraken guy. Summon 4 untargetable Tiny Beaks nearby. Whenever Raptor attacks, Tiny Beaks attack the same enemy, dealing physical damage. So that's kind of similar to Gnar from this set, his Meeple bonus. And his orange buff is
Wait, what?
that
Really?
dealing
I didn't
physical
know that
damage
was his
reduces
Meeple
enemy
bonus.
armor.
Yeah.
So it can be kind of strong against
His
like,
meeple bonuses, he
solo
has little
frontlines with
little
Stoneplates.
meeples that
Would be,
are
like, a good way
that
of
run
killing that.
around.
And he definitely seems like a Rageblade Kraken kind of guy. Rengar is the other half of Rival with Kha'Zix. Jump to the lowest percent health enemy within hexes, dealing physical damage. Yeah, so Rengar is like the AD version of Kha'Zix. But I could definitely see
Rengar
them
sounds
both
better.
well, maybe they're like Infinity Edge or Jewel Gauntlet plus Edge
What,
of Egg, but they could also maybe be like BT Titan.
Because Kha'Zix requires them to be
Rengar seems
isolated, but
more of,
Rengar
like, a
just
BT Titans guy.
executes them.
He heals, which means that he's like more likely to go infinite in fights, which usually makes you want to go more of like a BT Titan.
Oh, if I see what you're saying. Yeah, Kha'Zix if they have no adjacent allies.
Next we have Tristana. Her spell is Explosive Charge. Attach an explosive charge to the target.
Oh,
Lasts for
yeah, they target different enemies though.
number of seconds. While active, gain infinite range and attack speed.
Because Kha'Zix
After the
goes to
duration, the
farthest
target explodes
enemy and
splits
Rengar
damage
goes to
between all
lowest
enemies
health.
within 2 hexes, dealing physical damage.
Lowest
Enemy
percent
with an
health.
explosive charge on them dies, it attaches to Tristana's new target. So she's like a 3-star or a 3-cost AD
lowest
carry.
percent health, yeah.
You're probably either going to reroll her or she's not really going to come on your board very much because she doesn't have any utility at all. She's purely a damage dealer, and like Hunter is not really a trait that I would expect the vertical of to be like too popular. So I could definitely see some like Tristana 3-cost kind of reroll setups, but I wouldn't really expect her to see her on like too many like late game or like end game boards. Vi spell is Furious Fists. The passive is to, on attack, restore health. And her active is to unleash a primal roar, restoring health. Then gain attack speed, durability, and immunity to crowd control. So she's definitely a tank. That being said, she might be like a Titan's Sterax kind of tank. Like, I don't think she's going to do a lot of damage, but I think a lot of her tankiness is going to come from just like attacking, which definitely makes you want like Titans and like Sterax a little bit more on her. So yeah, she's kind of like a little bit like Mighty Mech from this set, and that I think she's like a tank, but she wants like Titans and Sterax most likely. Ari is one of our 4-cost AP carries. She is a Blossom Spellweaver. Her spell is to launch a Spirit Bomb at the target within blah hexes that has the most surrounding enemies. So she's going to launch a Spirit Bomb at the largest number of enemies, and it's going to deal magic damage.
It's like Seraphine.
And it's going to deal the most magic damage to whoever's in the center. So she's just a very, very classic Shojin Jeweled Gauntlet Guard Breaker carry because she's a Spellweaver, and yeah, she's going to be like doing some like big AoE nukes, some big damage for sure. Amumu is the 4-cost CC tank of this set. He basically just stuns everyone within 2 hexes of himself. One thing that's a little bit different from some other CC tanks is like, for example, Nunu from this set would like roll a snowball, or like Elise would like jump into the largest clump. Amumu doesn't really do anything with the largest clump. He just ults within 2 hexes of himself. So that kind of makes you want to like solo frontline him a little bit more with like a Stoneplate or something.
I see.
And that way all of the enemies will wrap around him, and then you'll stun like the largest number of enemies. Also, it's really, really difficult for Amumu to stun any backliners with this type of spell. Your backliners are going to be very, very safe from CC in this set compared to past sets, because he's only going to stun frontliners. And if Amumu is very common, then a lot of your melee carries are probably going to need like a QSS, or else they'll get stunned for a very long time by him. The Ancient Sentinel is a 4-cost AP carry in the Rift Beast
AP
trait.
carry? Wow.
Is he an AP carry? He is a Vanguard, but he's also an Invoker. He might be the tank of Invoker. Gain shield, slam the ground, setting out a fissure in the direction of the most enemies. Enemies hit are briefly knocked up, take damage, and are mana reaved. I see. So he's kind of like another 4-cost CC tank.
Yeah, this is
He's
a tank.
the tank of the Invoker trait, and he's a CC tank that actually does have the ability to hit backline. It seems a little bit like the Mentor Kobuko. He kind of like slams in a line and he knocks up everything in a line, but only like a very short knockup. Not like as long as like a new snowball, I would guess.
The mana reave is kind of nice though.
Is a 4-cost rapid fire carry, equip Severum, and swipe the target, dealing physical damage after the onslaught finishes. Fire blast that deals physical damage split among enemies and a 2-hex radius. So yeah, equip Severum and swipe the target definitely suggests that he's like a Kraken kind of carry with rapid fire, maybe like Kraken IE, because Infinity Edge could help that this like blast do a lot of extra damage at the end. So yeah, maybe like a Rageblade Kraken IE would be like best in slot on Aphelios, just judging off the spell. Brambleback is a 4-cost Rift Beast. I think he is like a BT Titans kind of guy. When the target dies, leap at the nearest target, dealing physical damage. He gains attack damage, and during this time, ignore armor. And he is going to burn enemies with his attacks as well. So yeah, definitely seems like a BT Titans kind of guy. Maybe Edge of Night as well, because if he's like leaping around the map, then he's very likely to take a lot of aggro. And one thing that's kind of interesting is you don't really need to build Sunder with him because he completely ignores armor during his active, which is when he's probably dealing the most damage.
Wow.
So yeah, you can imagine some like Rift Beast setups where you like just play like AP, but you don't actually really need like the Sunder at all, even if you're itemizing a Brambleback.
It does say ignore. There's some stat there that we can't see.
Like the Shojin Infinity
He's definitely not ignoring all the armor.
AD carry of the set.
Oh,
he has an ability where he blinks away from the current target, dealing physical damage, and after the 5th cast, he is going to do like a big Ezreal ultimate that's gonna go through the entire team. So yeah, he's gonna be like a Shojin Infinity Edge guy. You want the Shojin so that you get to
on meta TFT. There's an AP scaling on it.
Big 5th cast does like a lot of extra damage. Lilia is a Fey Defender. Restore health and send butterflies at nearby enemies. Enemies hit take magic damage and sleep. If they take damage, they wake up and take an additional max health magic damage. So she's another 4-cost tank that has some amount of like CC built into her kit.
Sleep.
She's probably gonna be like a very popular like splash because you can do like Lilia plus Xayah, Lilia plus Rakan. She's like a defender. She has like CC, and she's not really reliant on like vertical Fey to get like super tanky. I think maybe like 2 Fey is enough. So I feel like she's gonna be like a really popular tank, and yeah, definitely I'm noticing like a pattern of there being a lot of CC units that CC frontliner but not backliners. So maybe QSS and Edge of Night is gonna be very important in this set on any sort of melee carry. Afterwards, we have a Malphite, another tank. Certainly no luck.
There's a lot of
like kind of
tanks.
4-cost tanks.
There is a lot of tanks.
We have Ancient Sentinel. We have Lilia. We have Malphite. So yeah, definitely seems like a good amount of 4-cost tanks in this set. I think Set might also be a tank. Compared to that was like a very common complaint in the last set. Malphite
went overboard with it.
Petrified when the shield breaks, unleash a wave of dark energy, dealing magic damage. And he has a unique trait, which is Monolith, which is he gains armor and magic resist for each enemy targeting him. So he has a built-in stone.
Oh wow.
So
yeah,
pretty cool. You're probably gonna solo frontline him because of Monolith, and
seems pretty good.
Yeah, he's like a tank, but that might also have some ability to do some damage. I'm not exactly sure how much like magic damage this is going to turn out to be.
Also scales
Morgana
with armor and magic resist.
4-cost.
Right.
Coven, but you're probably not really going to be playing Coven.
Which he gets from his passive.
So he's just like an Invoker carry. I would definitely imagine like 4-cost Invoker to be like a very, very common comp, like Morgana as the backliner, Ancient Sentinel as the frontliner. You can like branch out into some other Vanguards, add like whoever this 5-cost Vanguard is, maybe add like a Kog'Maw for some shred so that you don't have to build like Void Staff or anything. I'm definitely imagining that being a very popular level 8 comp. Her passive is to gain Omnivamp, so maybe she's not 4 range. Fire a Dark Blast at nearby enemies, dealing magic damage to them and cursing them, then spawn a Hex Withering Zone for the same duration that deals magic damage. So yeah, the fact that she gains Omnivamp makes me think that she's like 2 range. In the past, they've made Morgana 2 range very often, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Nidalee is a 4-cost adapter. I'm not exactly sure what this primal trait does. I would be kind of interested to see what that does. But one of her forms gains attack speed for the next few attacks. These attacks are replaced with the javelins that deal magic damage. So this is kind of like a ranged AP attack speed carry. The third attack instead targets the furthest enemy with the least items and deals magic damage. And she has her AT form, which is like a melee BT Titans guy. So very, very different on these two adapters, where she transforms into a melee Cougar fighter that swipes enemies. Set is, I believe he's a 4-cost tank. He might be like a BT Titans guy. His passive is upon falling below a certain number of max health, gain 100 mana, so he's going to get like a guaranteed cast every single fight, which is pretty valuable if you're like set 1 with no items. A lot of the time, like 1-star 4-cost frontliner with no items is not going to cast. He kind of has like a built-in Protector's Vow. Also means Protector's Vow is probably not very good on him if he does have like that built-in Protector's Vow. And his active is to wind up a big punch, rapidly healing and dealing physical damage in a large cone. So I would assume that he's more of a tank from Brawler and the healing, but maybe if this physical damage is enough, then you could build him with like BT Titans. But he seems very similar to the Soul Fighter set, where it is like a tank that it has like an ability like this, where it's like, oh, he does damage, but he doesn't actually do very much damage, and he's just like a tank that has like pretty decent actually potential to go infinite with the healing. Next we have Sivir, 4-cost Hunter, Boomerang Blade, throw a large crossblade that deals physical damage to the current target and bounces, dealing physical damage each bounce. When this kills an enemy, bounce an additional time. So yeah, maybe like another Trojan Infinity Edge type of like 4-cost. I'm not exactly sure how this spell is gonna look. Maybe you don't want the Shojin on her. Definitely like an Infinity Edge type of unit for sure though. Finally, we have Soraka. She's the 4-cost Executioner carry. She is an AP carry, so you're definitely going to want like a meta item on her. Call down a star on the current target dealing magic damage. If a star has previously fallen on them, call down additional stars that deal magic damage. So yeah, she might even be like a double mana carry, because you're going to want to call down a star multiple times on the same guy to get that additional magic damage. So I would definitely anticipate her to be kind of like a double mana kind of build. And her other trait is Flora Fatalis, which is they champions harvest enemies on takedown, gaining mana and granting a max health heal. Granting a max health heal to the lowest health ally. So she is going to get mana on takedown. Maybe that makes mana like slightly less important, but yeah, that's going to synergize pretty well with her spell. It's pretty cool, and probably you're always going to play these two units together, like no matter what. If you're itemizing one of them, then you pretty much are probably always going to play the other one, I would anticipate. Because playing one unit on your board is like, for like a pretty big bonus is definitely always worth it. Next we have Zyra. She has a unique trait, Thorn Maiden. Your team gains durability, increased if more Zyra plants are alive. So you can actually like splash her without her other trait, Summoner.
Interesting.
If you want to.
Yeah, interesting.
And I believe she's a backliner, so it's not going to be, you're not really going to worry
It's
about
kinda
like,
like
oh, my Zyra
Morgana.
died and I like lost the durability.
Yeah.
1-star Zyra could like maybe be like kind of a decent splash in the late game, which is pretty cool. And her spell is Rampant Growth. Spawn plants around the battlefield that attack the nearest enemies. Each attack deals magic damage. I think a common misconception with these kind of units is that like a lot of people think it's like a Rage Blade unit because the plants are like attacking, but usually the plants don't have like some fixed attack speed. Like the Crystal Rose Zyra, the plants were a fixed attack speed. She was not really like a Rage Blade user. She was like a Shojin user. So I would anticipate this one to be like a Shojin JG type of user as well. Kind of similar to Crystal Rose Zyra. Afterwards we have Elune. She's our first 5-cost. She is attuned, which is while the moon is at or below half health, your team gains durability, while above, your team gains damage amp.
Wow,
So,
the what?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they have two kind of like unique traits that both grant durability.
While the moon.
But she's a little bit similar to.
You gotta look outside and see what it's at.
Gunslinger Senna, the passive. It's just like a team-wide buff on a backliner, 5-cost, that probably makes her like pretty splashable just for this alone. But she is a carry. She's a Spellweaver carry. Rain Moon Shard split among the nearest enemies, dealing magic damage. If the moon is full, instead crash it onto the board, dealing magic damage split among all enemies.
Crash it onto the board.
Kind of like that Chojin JG.
Oh my god, it's like Majora's Mask.
Capstone to the Spellweaver trait. You can imagine like Ari doing like really big AoE damage and then Elune finishing like everyone else off. Probably a strong way to play. Ashe is the 5-cost Blossom Hunter. Her spell is to fire an arrow through the longest line of enemies that deal physical damage, reduced by each enemy hit. The arrow tears open a rift that deals max health physical damage per second to enemies and slows them. So she has the ability to reduce the attack speed of backliners, which is probably going to make her like pretty good 5-cost for sure. Even without any items, she's going to have some like utility.
Yeah.
And in terms of her items, probably going to be like a Shojin Infinity Edge type of unit. Draven is kind of a traitless 5-cost. He has this Bounty Seeker, which is like a questing system very similar to Ishtal, where he can farm you like rewards for your board.
Ishtal. Oh.
He is like definitely a Rageblade Kraken guy. He has like built-in fish bones where his attacks target random enemies, and he also has some like randomness built in where his attacks have a chance to deal bonus physical damage. But yeah, he's just like a Rageblade Kraken 5-cost with no traits that is kind of splashable. Maybe you can think of it a little bit like Vex of the last set, where it's like a carry with no traits that is probably going to cap out a lot of like level 9 5-cost boards if you have the correct items to put on him. We have Gnar. I think Gnar is like a very complicated spell, but from what I can tell, his active is that he goes big, he leaps into the largest group of enemies, gains a bunch of armor and Amar, stuns them, and then his spell, he starts like throwing rocks and doing damage. So I think he's like a BT Titans kind of guy, but he's probably pretty good to play without items as well, just because he has that like big AoE stun. And yeah, as per usual, he also has that like Fiora effect. If there's only one enemy left, throw them off the battlefield. Usually that's not like super important, but you know, sometimes if your opponent has like a 3-star 5-cost, you can use this to like cheese out a win. Ivern is basically a pure support unit. I thought they had like completely stopped printing like support 5-costs because they don't really like the fact that itemizing them is not really incentivized, but he's pretty much a pure support 5-cost.
Now Mort's gone. Print out the
kind of like
support
the
5-cost.
power Texas on the board.
Rest in peace.
And
Rip.
his ability is that he can basically shields your allies, gives them damage amp, and when the shields expire, I think it deals like magic damage to adjacent enemies. Only a few units left. This video has been going pretty long. We have Kennen. He's the 5-cost Inferno Executioner. So I think he's like a 1 or a 2 range AP carry. And he's going to do that like big Kennen ultimate from League of Legends. And he's also going to burn them while doing that Kennen ultimate and gain a shield. And yeah, just rush through the enemy, dealing magic damage.
Wow, that's everyone. A lot of shit.
Probably doing like big damage with Executioner. We have Lux. He has he basically gives +2 to whatever trait that you find the Lux of, and each of the different Luxes has like a slightly different spell. But she has like a big spell where
the spells are different
with her, gain mana when she casts, and she just fires a laser towards this group of enemies. You guys know what Lux does. Maokai is a cool tank because if you get him early on, you can probably get to some really high health amounts.
Oh, you have to find her. It's like the old Lux.
Dies, gain permanent max health. So early Maokai is going to be like a big high roll this set. He's a Juggernaut, so he gets...
Wait. You have to find it.
And after damage blocked...
Huh?
Oh, like you don't choose?
No, you have to find her in the shop with her correct trait. Because only one person can have an avatar with a given trait.
Oh yeah, the fact that it locks everybody else out is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I guess if you know someone is trying to go like a vertical something, you like try to go fast 9 and roll for Lux before they do.
Bruh. Yeah, the fact it gives +2 to everything. I mean, I'm sure they've like balanced around it giving +2, but
you would hope
it's so many. It's 10. Oh, wait, no, it's 9. What the heck?
How are you supposed to remember all these? Reduce the armor.
I don't know.
Weakens enemies hit. Attack speed. Stuns. Bonus. Mana.
Maybe the bonuses are like pretty minimal though.
Yeah, maybe.
A sapling jumps towards the nearest enemy and deals magic damage. On death, the saplings jump out. And his active is to deal magic damage to the target and restore some missing health. So he is going to scale up health by restoring missing health. Probably the damage is not that crazy, but probably I would imagine he can get like really, really tanky, especially with an early Maokai. And yeah, last set they didn't really have any 5-cost tanks, but this set they are choosing to print like a 5-cost tank. Tarek, another 5-cost tank, also another support unit.
Bruh.
You bond him to an ally.
My God.
And he is going
There's
to
so many
grant
tanks.
to them. And
I know.
if they
So
fall
many
below a
tanks, so
different
many
amount of health,
supports.
and him and his paired ally
Damn.
are also going to do bonus magic damage.
How am I
These
gonna
fights
kill
are gonna
them?
go so long.
Blade kind of carries. And he's also a Vanguard with Rakan, so I can definitely imagine like Tarek, Rakan, and paired with like Zaya and maybe like a Rage Blade kind of Kraken carry. And you're just gonna make that carry like go kind of crazy with like the Tarek magic damage.
Yep.
But yeah, he's like a support unit. For example, if you're playing Tarek and you're playing like the Sentinel, you would probably be more likely to put your tank items on the Sentinel. Probably maybe Tarek just gets like a leftover like TG or like a Sunfire Keep or whatever. You're not really gonna itemize super heavily in Tarek, I would assume. And then Elder Dragon, he's like a Colossus. He takes up 2 slots. He has a pretty complicated spell, but his attacks deal bonus magic damage. And his active is to become untargetable, fly into the air, gain Omnivamp, stun everyone when he comes back. Stun everyone in the front line. He's going to ignite them, which I think burns them, and they also take physical damage every second. And his buff is to damaging an enemy below a certain amount of health executes them, so it's like Elder Dragon from League of Legends. I am a little bit worried about this unit. Usually units that take up 2 slots can be kind of scary with like artifacts or just like 2-star. They can be like completely insane. But yeah, we'll definitely see how it turns out. And this video has gotten pretty long, so I'm gonna end it for there. But if you guys would like to see me go through all of the wisps or all of the traits, I can. Or
Thanks,
all of the new
Wei Jin.
augments, then definitely before PB drops, I can try and do that. So yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I can try and make some more videos like this.
Okay.
All right, pop quiz. What does Diana do?
Yep. Oh, I have no idea. She like makes a shield.
Yeah. Yeah. And
that's all I remember. What does she do? What does she do?
She also sends out an orb to the closest enemies, dealing magic damage.
What the heck? And is it like a targeted orb, or is it like a League of Legends like orbiting around her type of
Bruh,
thing?
I don't know. It just says send out a moonlight orb to the closest enemies.
Okay. Okay.
It does sound like it's a single orb though.
A singular orb.
One orb.
That hopefully it does some decent amount of magic damage. What does the Elder Dragon do? Yeah, it had like a book to go along with it.
Yeah, wait, the Elder Dragon literally has like 2 passives. He's attacks deal damage to enemies adjacent to the target, and also the second passive though he gets from getting the Rift Beast buff. But it seems like you would be a fool not to give him this buff.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Yeah, my takeaway is that there's a lot of 4 and 5 cost tanks.
Yeah, for sure. And support units, like once the backline gets going, aren't you kind of like fucked?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is where wisps come into play though. Or Cogmao. Maybe this is why they gave us Cogmao.
This is a lot. Win the game. New set mechanic. 5 gold. 58 minutes. Holy.
Bro.
Every new augment. Wow, we've got so much content to get through. Wait, what is this?
How to play
the
it.
early game in set 18?
Oh, 12 minutes? Click that one. Is this just him theory
Hey everyone,
crafting?
how's it going? It's Wager Nickerson.
I guess
I just
so.
wanted to make a quick video.
We don't have the numbers yet.
Talking about set 18 openers. What are the good openers? What can you play them into? But before we get started, we can just talk about like some quick opening principles.
I guess you don't really need the numbers to
Important
build
things
early
to
game boards.
know about the opener in TFT. First off, you need to balance your damage and tankiness. Usually, this means having 2 frontline units and having 2 damage dealers. So it could be 2 backline units. It could be 2 melee carries, like 2 rogues with 2 tanks. But yeah, usually it's like 2 and 2. There's definitely exceptions. If you have like a strong 2-star solo, a strong 2-star frontliner with a stone plate, then you can play like 3 backliners if you don't have any like backline damage items. And then your frontline would be less units than your backline, but your frontline and your backline would be like similarly strong because your frontline is like upgraded with a stone plate. So just like generally balancing your damage and your tankiness. Also in the opener, we want to itemizing our strongest units. So if we have the option to make a frontline item or a backline item, and we have a 2-star frontliner and a 1-star backliner, then we would generally prefer to slam the frontline item because it will make our board stronger. And that can also help us out with like some augment select stuff as well. If we have a 2-star unit and we can like take an augment that will give us an item for that 2-star unit, then we're like a lot happier to take that augment than like an augment that gives us like an item for like a 1-star unit. So some things to think about. And lastly, when adding units or synergies, think about like what it does for the board. So more synergies is not always better. It's often better, but sometimes it's just important to buff our best units, and we don't care about certain synergies at all. So yeah, just using an example from this current set. Let's say we have some 3 Meeple Vygar opener with a Gygar 2 and a Meepsy 2, and we have a Shojin and a Stoneplate on our Meepsy. Should we add an Aatrox or a Lysandra on level 4? Well, what does Aatrox do? He gives us Bastion. Bastion makes our Poppy tankier. We don't really care about our Poppy. She's 1-star. She has no items. It does give us a little bit of tankiness for our Meepsy, but that's not going to be super relevant because Bastion is kind of a selfish trait, and he has like a Stoneplate, so he already has like some resists. Versus like Replicator, well, we have a good frontline. We're like lacking some damage. We get to buff like our 2-star Vygar with an item. So adding a Lysandra to this board is going to be like way stronger than adding an Aatrox to this board. So that's just one example from the current set. So now with that in mind, we can get into the new set, talk about like what openers I think should be pretty good in the new set and what kind of stuff they'll play into. So first off, we have this like Ravager kind of opener. Ravager is very similar to Marauder from this set. Difference between this set and the new set is that
Slayer.
The new set, there's 2 1-cost Ravagers, so Akali and Camille can hold all your melee carry items. It doesn't have to be Bastion that we play with these 2, but we do really want some sort of a frontline synergy, whether it's Brawler, Defender, Vanguard, Juggernaut. And Bastion just happens to fit the best because Shen and Akali are both Infernos, and Shen gives like attack speed to your like Camille and your Akali, and I think he also gives them like a little bit of survivability. So it does synergize pretty well, but it doesn't have to be Bastions. Like we can just play any sort of upgraded frontliner. And from reading their spell, Akali seems like more of like an IE Hodge Edge of Night guy, and Camille seems more of like a drain tank. She gets like a shield, so she seems like she has like more potential to go like infinite with like BT, Titan, Sterax. And in the late game, the kind of stuff that we can play this into, well, Brambleback, he's also a Ravager, so we can like easily pivot into some other Ravager board. He can use like BT, Titans, Sterax pretty well. Either of the rivals could probably use like Edge of Night, Hodge stuff pretty well. And Nidalee is an adapter, and if you give her AD, like Sterax, then she becomes like a melee fighter. So any of these units could be like a reasonable late game, depending on what's strong, what's in the meta, off of that kind of like Ravager opener. Next, we have this kind of Xayah opener. This is a level 6 board that fits really nicely. That being said, a lot of the time you're not going to have Hecarim, so you're not going to have Elderwood, but as long as you're playing like 2 rapid fires and like at least a couple frontliners, then you should be pretty good. Also, one thing to think about is that when you have like a Rageblade Kraken scaling opener, it's better to play more frontliners than it is to play more backliners because you want like a really tanky frontline so that you can buy time for your Rageblade to scale up. That's kind of similar to that concept of balancing your frontline and your backline. When we have like an infinitely scaling backline, we can also just like add more frontline, and then our backline will eventually become really, really strong. So yeah, this board fits really, really nicely. We get like a lot of tankiness in the front line with Vanguard, Defender, And yeah, we just get like some scaling in the backline with like a Rageblade, Kraken, Zaya, and rapid fires. So what kind of boards can this play into? Well, there seems to be a good amount of Rageblade Kraken users in the set. The main forecast, I think, is Aphelios. One really nice thing about Aphelios is I don't actually think he's very reliant on Lunar at all, because he's an AD carry, but Lunar is a trait that gives AP and attack speed, but he's like a rapid fire, and you can build like a Rageblade on him. So yeah, Lunar doesn't seem super important for him at all. So I think that opens up a lot of avenues to play just like flexible forecast boards. You just have like one more rapid fire with him, and they could play like a bunch of forecast tanks. Or you could play like even some like verticals, like vertical Eldorwood or something, and then just add like a random Aphelios. I think there's a lot of flexible boards that you can play with this Aphelios unit. Raptor and Tristana are 3 costs that are both Rageblade Kraken guys, so maybe you could reroll one of them. I think Sivir's supposed to be like a Rageblade Kraken unit. It kind of reads like an Infinity Edge thing, but it really just depends like if you can keep attacking when she casts her spell or not. So that one we're just gonna have to wait and see. And then Draven is pretty clearly like a Rageblade Kraken 5 cost. If you have like a really strong early game with this Zaya opener, you can like fast 9.
I think Sivir was like bouncing.
Put a Draven on your board with like a Rageblade
And then
Kraken as your carry in the late game.
if something happened, it bounced again. Oh, maybe if it killed the unit, it bounces again.
Going for some AP openers, we have Blossom opener. This can play into a lot of nice things because Karma and Ari are both Blossom and Spellweaver, so that makes it like really easy for us. The other nice thing about Blossom is I think this is like one of the only traits that can really generate you like any money at all in the early game because it upgrades your wisps. So if you get an Econ Wisp, then I'm assuming it just gives you like more Econ. Whereas there's not really any other early game Econ traits, unlike last set, which had like Primordian and Timebreaker that you were trying to play every single game. So I do think Blossom will be like pretty high priority if you can give you like any amount of Econ in the early game, because that's always super valuable. This can really be any Spellweaver. This can be any Juggernaut. And yeah, just itemizing like your 2-star Karma or something. Blossom, maybe you can farm you some gold. In the late game, we can very easily pivot into 7 Blossom. You can see it like fits really nicely. You get like Spellweaver for free, and they just give like a Brawler for your 4-cost set. This should be like one of the popular verticals in the set, and the Karma items can very easily just move over to like Ari. And we can also play some sort of like a Spellweaver flex board. You can really just build out from here, but like a Loon, Karma, Ari, Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks is the only Spellweaver frontliner, so he's probably very important. Add a defender for Fiddlesticks. Probably add like a Blossom in somewhere and kind of just like build up from here. You can build more into like Lunar if you have like a Loon 2 with items, or you can build like even 6 Spellweavers if that trade is good. Can definitely be viable. So yeah, with some sort of like Shojin JG Karma opener, this is probably what I would be looking to play. Next, I wanted to show this opener because it has like really good synergies, but I'm not sure how much I actually believe in it for a few reasons.
Man, this Fiddlesticks is creepy.
The first reason is that I don't know how much I believe in this Eldritch trait in the early game. Usually, sacrificing a unit in the early game is really, really bad because, well, when you have less units, 1 unit is more valuable. So like going from like 9 to 8 units is not as big of a difference as going from like 4 to 5 units, right? It's like 20% more units versus like 10% more units. And by sacrificing the Rek'Sai, your team gets a little bit of HP, but like how much HP is your team gonna really get? Like let's say everyone gets 200 HP, that's like 800 HP on our team. Versus like we could just play the Rek'Sai and he'll just give us like 1000 HP and he'll have like a spell that like does something. So he's actually probably better than 1000 HP. So even if you have Eldritch, I'm not even entirely sure if you're supposed to like sacrifice in the early game. And second off, Spryken gives HP and attack speed to one of your Sprykens. But like Kobuko with a little bit of extra HP, he's not gonna like carry you super hard. And then Vigard is not like an attack speed carry, he's like an AP carry. So I am like a little bit skeptical of this board, and it needs like 2-3 costs. So not saying that this will be like a bad opener, but I'm kind of skeptical. You probably need like Vigard 2 with items, and then you would like make him your Spryken, and then you also need like some other tank if you're like planning to sacrifice your Rek'Sai. Next off, we just have like Vertical Rift Beast. I feel like this could be a very nice opener because 5 Rift Beast is kind of like an Econ trait. If you have 5 Rift Beast in, every few combats, your shop is overrun with Rift Beasts, meaning that it contains all Rift Beasts, so you can like print your upgrades. And 5 Rift Beast, you can hit it with only 1 and 2 costs, or if you have like 1 3 cost, it becomes super easy to hit. But yeah, you don't even need any 3 costs for 5 Rift Beast, and they can just print the 3 costs. And once you have 7 Rift Beast online, you should probably be like insanely strong, like almost unbeatable in stage 3, because it's just going to give like a ton of stats to your entire team, and you'll have a bunch of upgrades from 5 Rift Beast overrunning your shop with Rift Beasts. So if you're like 7 Rift Beast with like a couple upgrades, I feel like you should be like kind of unbeatable in stage 3, even if maybe the stage 2 is like not that strong with 5 Rift Beast.
Interesting.
So
Unbeatable.
like a trait that's like it's.
I'm gonna remember
and then in
this.
Stage 3, you just like kind of run over everyone, and you have a very very clear late game direction. You can easily hit 10 Rift Beast. It's a prismatic trait, but it doesn't require any emblem. All it requires is level 10 and like Elder Dragon. He like takes up 2 slots, and then he also counts for 2 towards Rift Beast. So yeah, the late game of Rift Beast is very clear. You also get like Invoker for free and like Ravager for free, so you can itemize like Ancient Sentinel as your tank, Brambleback as like an AD carry, something like that. Maybe one of the backliners is like decent. Maybe you can like 3-star them for free with 5 Rift Beast. But anyways, like this is not going to be like an insta-win prismatic trait, obviously, because it doesn't require any emblems, but it should probably be like a pretty decent like late game option that all it really requires is like level 10 or like a Bond or something. And you should be able to push levels very consistently in Rift Beast, because with 5 Rift Beast, you're just like printing all of your units and your upgrades, which means that you don't have to reroll as much. Next up is Solar. Solar is not a strong early game trait. It scales with the number of 3-stars you have. Kale is also a unit that scales with the number of 3-stars you have. So if you're playing Solar Opener, I wouldn't really bother trying to win early. It's probably more like you just put it on your board, you don't level, you make as much money as possible, and then you play into like some sort of a Solar reroll board. So this is just one board that I came up with. It's like a level 7 board, but you could just like not play one of these units on level 6. And you probably want to 3-star as many of these guys as possible, so to make your Solar trait stronger. And then once you get like a 3-star Kale, she's just going to be like a complete beast in the late game. So that's how I would look to play a Solar Opener. And yeah, that's going to be about it. I think the opener should be a lot more interesting in set 18 than in the current set, because in the current set, Primordian and Timebreaker is just way too high priority. They made some really, really strong econ traits, and
yeah,
honestly, like there's like 4 to 5 people that play one of those econ traits every single game. Versus in the current set, the only thing that can give you like even a little bit of econ is like Blossom, I think. And I'm not sure like how easy it will be to hit Blossom, and even if you hit it, it probably doesn't give you that crazy amount of gold. So the opener should be a lot more varied in this set and a lot more fun to play around. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Weijin.
I don't see you like commenting and subscribing.
Oh.
Alright, now leave a comment.
Thanks, Weijin.
Thanks, bro.
All right, now we got the openers. Now we're good, right? We're just gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know how much of those openers I retained, but I distinctly remember him saying 7 Rift Beast is unbeatable. So
on stage 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold him to this.
It does seem pretty strong. Wait,
yeah, it seems pretty easy to get to. Also, yeah, the econ trade thing is interesting. I would say that is one of my least favorite parts of the current set. Is
Timebreaker plus Primordian.
Yeah, I think Primordian is just like a really stupid trait, because it like I don't even know why it has the econ element added to it, because like it does something I don't know. I just don't know why it does that, because it is just an econ trait. You lose your first round, you throw in 3 Primordians, and you say, okay, time to lose until stage 3,
and just get the X number of
you
gold.
Just get money. Yeah, because the trait sucks. So like it just prints units. And then the Timebreaker is kind of the same thing, except just like later in the game. I mean, you can also play it early game. I mean, literally, if I get 3 Timebreaker like opener, I just throw that in and just lose, because who cares? But like the only other time I use Timebreaker is like if I'm gonna hit a fast 9, I just collect Timebreakers through stage 3, and then I just chuck them in at the beginning of stage 4 and just int. And then I can fast 9 and have like 20 rerolls and it's busted. And that's all they're good for though. I mean, Pantheon's a good unit. Okay, and I guess Melio is also okay. You know what? Timebreaker's better than Primordian. The units are actually useful. But Primordian's stupid. And then there's another one. What's the other one?
There's another one?
There hold on. There's like, let me go look at the client actually. I can't even remember all the units in the set. I think there's literally another one. How do I... Wait, how do I look at a team planner that isn't set 16? What the hell?
Let's see.
Oh, wait, I figured it out. There's Primordian, there is Timebreaker, and there is...
Oh, Anima?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you basically...
The Lost Streak one.
Yeah. Oh, and Arbiter. That's what I was thinking of. Because Arbiter is basically just an econ trait too. It's just Leona printing.
Leona or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only time you'd actually use it during the set until like, I think after I stopped playing, they finally buffed LeBlanc, so she was actually useful with like Arbiter buffs. But like up until then, unless you maybe were in like a Diana reroll position, which was pretty rare, you were only using Arbiter to print Leonas.
Huh, interesting. So there was a lot of printing this set.
There's
also this Tom Kench guy also just spat out random shit.
There's and Tom Kench. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of like econ. I think I like in past sets I've like really struggled with Fast 9, but like it was like way more accessible this set. And also, but also next set
also printed.
Oh yeah, if you could get to the 7 meeple, but
yeah,
the next set also theoretically the econ's also going to be nerfed because you're buying wisps too.
Oh yeah, true. So you need to hold your gold for wisps. Yep.
Yeah, no econ trait and spending money on wisps.
Oh yeah. I wonder if that just means that the Lost Streak trade is gonna be super contested.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to see what like the rewards are for its Coven.
Oh,
Coven. I know it works differently though. It's not I'm pretty sure in the traits video Wasian said that Coven scales with stage. So theoretically I'm pretty sure this is what he said. Theoretically, like in stage 4, you could just like throw in like 5 Covens and just Lost Streak and then cash out and hit stage 5 with like a big chunk of money.
Whoa. So just like win streak early, swap over to Coven.
Yeah.
Lose a bit, and then fast. Or I guess go 9.
Yeah, let me...
Stage 5.
Let me go look at the trait though. Oh no, it's not because it scales with stage, but it scales with like unlike Anima or like Crystal Gamba, there's actual breakpoints. So when you get to stage 4 and you can actually have all 5 Coven units, then if you put all 5 of them in, you're actually getting more.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's got breakpoints for each unit you put in after 3. So like if you got an early Cassiopeia or Morgana, you could start stacking real fast. I never played a single Anima game in ranked. I just completely skipped it. I didn't even want to deal with it.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean they also nerfed it, didn't they? Since
Yeah,
the start of the set.
yeah. I mean, right? Yeah. When I was doing my climb, like you definitely could win with it, but it was like, I mean, I think you had to like lose 10. You had to lose stage 2 and 3, and you could also like not hit the breakpoint. So it was tricky. I just didn't want to Gamba.
Yeah. I mean, tossing your game. I just feel like that feels so bad if you miss.
Yeah. Right. You screw up once and now you're 8th. So I don't want to do it. This one seems more accessible though.
Oh, I'm pretty excited. Seems like it'll be fun. I mean, if anything, they'll launch on Tuesday. I'll figure out whether or not overlay is possible, and then if not, I'll just pivot to playing instead of building some type of tool.
Nice.
It would be cool to have some type of tool though. That would be pretty cool.
I want Justin.gg overlay.
Hell yeah. Justin.gg. Except don't they have, I think do you remember, oh yeah, Justin.tv.
Oh.
Like the precursor to Twitch. I think they own Justin.gg.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. It's so terrible. Because then, of course, all the other Justin.anythings are expensive. Because
damn.
At least I have Justin.lol.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
That kind of works, right? I could
Yeah.
do Justin.lol overlay.
Yeah. What about Justin.tft?
No, .tft does not exist.
You can make it.
That would cost me some significant amount of significant. I wonder how can I make my own TLD? Expensive and strict. The evaluation fee alone is approximately $225,000. You must prove you maintain a robust technical infrastructure. ICANN only accepts applicants during specific open application rounds. This is meant only for enterprises. Okay. So I just need to create my own company
Yeah.
and pay $200,000
Yeah.
and a $50,000 per year continued registration fee. Damn.
Bruh. Wait, bro, who gets the Eclipse trait? What is this? Who's Eclipse?
What is that?
I was just looking at the traits and there's an Eclipse trait, but I don't see any unit that has it. What's going on here?
I don't even see that trait.
Huh. It's not on, I see it on Meta TFT. Eclipse.
Elderwood grows unique place as solar and lunar combine to unlock the hidden eclipse trait.
Oh. Solar and lunar combine. Oh. Is huh. Oh, yeah, wait a second. If you look at the descriptions for solar and lunar, it makes a little riddle. When the sun shines on heroes 3 and 3.
3 and 3.
The moon brings death and syzygy. So maybe if you just field all 3 from each trait, you get a clip.
Yeah. That makes sense. Huh. That's kind of cool.
Fun. And Eclipse just deletes units. Alright.
I wonder how powerful that combo really is or is going to be. Like, is it so strong that you want to chase for it if you have one, if you have a spot for one or the other? Or is it like not even worth it?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem just from instinct, it seems like something maybe you'd play like after, like if you played solar and rerolled solar and you get later in the game, then maybe, because Wasian made it sound like the solar units were pretty useless unless you were 3-starring them.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Oh, what the hell is this charm? I'm looking at some of the oh sorry, not charms. Wisps. Some of these are crazy. I want to know when they can like appear. Like the combat one, like this combat one, Nature's Wrath. And I mean, this is also the most expensive one, so I guess so. But just kill everyone without items after 10 seconds? Wow.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
You could just potentially delete a whole team.
I'm looking at the I'm gonna look at the risky ones. Abandon ship. Sell your board and bench. Gain 10 gold, 10 XP, and 5 rerolls.
Risky. Wait. Sell your board and bench. Gain 10 gold, 10 XP, and 5 reroll. Is this not just like a augment?
Yeah, it's like a full ass augment.
This is an augment.
Wouldn't you be happy to see this? Like,
yeah.
some of the, like sometimes.
If I saw this
you
early
would
game,
be so happy.
10 XP early game? That's crazy. No, this is actually insane, is it not? Maybe this only appears later. It'd be great if I could see when they appeared, but oh well. Add 2 to your loss streak? Wow.
All in if you win your next 3 combats, level up. Can you imagine
Whoa.
hitting this like late game?
Like level 9? Yeah,
Sheesh.
that's pretty nice. Also, I really like this one that's flip frenzy. Flip a coin, gain 1 gold if it's heads. Just keep flipping until you get tails. I want to see a clip. I want to see the TFT clips channel. I want to see somebody go to like 30.
That would be pretty that would be pretty funny. What is the chance of that? Pretty low.
Yeah, that'd be crazy low. Okay, the other risky ones aren't super crazy, but yeah, that abandoned ship one seems really good. Oh, wait, what is this? Fake level, you are temporary level 10.
What? Wow.
How temporary is that? Just for 1 round? Wait, that's crazy. Wait, that
I wonder can
is
you
this
do
not
something
crazy?
like that?
Couldn't you just like re-roll and get a bunch of 5 costs?
Yeah, I guess so.
I would probably just roll for like a 2-star 5 cost. I mean, assuming I can get this like stage 4 or something.
Level 10. Is there any chase trait that would be like grant you anything permanent?
Oh, from like putting units on the board temporarily? I don't know. I feel like traits don't usually give you permanent shit.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, wait. Do you see this Hero of Prophecy? Is this the one you mentioned earlier?
Which one is that
No.
one?
No, you said Circle of Elders. Hero of Prophecy. Permanently game a copy of the same random 5 cost every round.
Every round?
Every round.
Appears at level
You-
10 and
yeah,
you have
y-
0 copies of at least one.
Yeah, so you have to be
Wow,
able to
that
level
is-
10, but this is worth the wait. 5 cost edition.
Yeah, but it will give you one that you have 0 copies. You start at 0 copies of, right?
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Because you're not. Yeah, unless you hit like a super early level 10 somehow. Oh, I know what you do. You go level 10 with your temporary level 10, and then you get Hero of Prophecy, and then you win the game.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you probably can't do that because you already bought a Wisp.
Oh. Yeah, right.
Wait. But Blossom lets you buy multiple Wisps, right?
Oh, now you're cooking. Wait.
I'm
really?
cooking.
I thought it just makes them stronger.
You can buy 2 Wisps per round at 9 Blossom. Okay, wait, you need 9 Blossom though. Shit.
3, 6, 7. So then that means you have Lux already.
Yeah, so maybe this isn't. This was almost big
6,
brain.
7, 8, 9.
So I guess if you somehow hit a really crazy early like Lux and like
And
manage
Ash.
to oh yeah, you're right. You need all of them. Shit.
So now
Okay,
you have
well,
2 of
never
the 5
mind.
costs.
Never mind. I almost cooked.
I mean, still, that's still pretty good. I mean, you're already obviously like high rolling out of your mind, right? So like, what's a little extra high roll?
Yeah.
Because then you get this Hero Prophecy, you get your some random another 2-star 5 cost. You throw that in on 9, because presumably you're 8 and you're hitting Ash and Lux.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You're hitting Ash and Lux,
Uh-huh.
and not only do you hit Lux, but you hit Lux with the correct trait
Yeah.
on 8.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh yeah, this is pretty. It was pretty good though. The combat ones will probably be important to remember, like what you can hit and which ones are.
Yeah. Look how many combat
Good.
ones there are compared to every other category.
There's so many.
There's so many. Which I guess makes sense. But there's a lot.
What is the Tiger? Oh, Tiger Primal buff? What?
Oh, yeah, the primal buffs. We don't know what the primal buffs are yet.
A random back row champion gets 75% attack speed for 7 seconds.
Oh, I remember that one. That definitely used to be a charm. I would always just like
And what, you
move
just
my other.
reposition.
Yes, exactly. You just shove all your other units to the 3rd row.
What is this? Allies have a 99% dodge chance for 4 seconds. Oh my.
Whoa, that's just immunity.
Oh my god. All right, I gotta head out, but I am down to continue studying. Are you gonna make this the flashcards again?
No.
Okay.
Because ultimately it's just you just learn so much faster when you actually just play.
Yeah, true. But I want to remember the stuff that's not super obvious from the spell itself. Like, either granting armor and
Sure.
MR, or like, I don't know, the stuff where you read it midway through the set and you're like, wait, what? It does this thing?
That's a good point. Maybe we should collect like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a list of all the hidden or like small stuff. But yeah, you're totally right, because there's just like so many like passives and like little things you don't even realize spells do.
Yeah. And like Equation said, we need to know which units will do burns and wounding.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't want to make the cards, that's okay. All right. Let me know if you are going to be back on tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll probably be back on sometime tomorrow. I'll let you know.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, see ya. Okay, chat. Are we still here? Did we fall eep? Any eepers? If you are eep, don't say anything. If you are not eep, say something. Oh, there's so much new shit to learn. Oh my god. New augments. These are not new augments. These are old augments. All the chaos. Oh, Celestial Blessing is back. Commerce Core is back. Component Quest. Oof. I don't like that. Golden Gamble. Golden Gamble 2. Hard Commit. Investment strategy. Whoa. Show me some crazy augments, bro. None of these are crazy. Nesting anvils. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Nesting dolls. After a champion dies in combat, spawn a copy of them 1 star level lower with health. Whoa. Freaky Friday is back. Shopping spree. Cool. Oh, starring up. Crazy. Trait ladder? That sounds crazy. Verticality? Crazy? Wow. Okay. Huge. Oh, I like how we're just in the politics channel. I think you felt Eep. I think you were Eep. I think she went Eep. Did you Eep? I'm gonna end the stream. If you're not Eep, you can call me back on Discord. Goodbye.